Hey folks, welcome to my channel. Thanks for being here today. I'm gonna just pretty much jump right in, and first let me explain. This is reading about your deceased loved one or ancestor, and I've been doing this quite a while, y'all, but I've never ever had energy that is like this one I'm bringing in today. And I honestly struggled, and I can often, well, let me back up. It doesn't happen that often, but when I have a negative energy come through, I typically can screen that, let me say it that way, and tell my gatekeeper, there's a spirit that I'll call my gatekeeper on the other side, who is in charge of who comes into me, and that is all up to spirit. I always preface my readings by saying, please bring me whoever you feel is appropriate for me to bring in a message for today. And then the spirit decides that. I don't. I mean, I can tell there are other people queuing up, but spirit is in charge of who that is. Well, when this spirit came in today, I got to tell you, I fought it and I fought it and I meditated and I fought it, and the more I fought it. And what I have learned in my experience, and I'm just sharing this with you guys for those of you who don't know anything about how this process may work, or how it works for me, I should say. Every reader does it a little differently, but how it works for me is sometimes when I have a very, very insistent energy on the other side that wants to speak, for whatever reason, Spirit is allowing them to speak to me, even though it's uncomfortable for me. I cannot move on. In other words, I kept denying this and saying, Spirit, no, I do not wish to swim in this energy, because if you're a reader, you have to, that's part of a genuine reader, is that you have to feel the energy that is here to be able to put it into words and then give it to your audience. So I'm in the deep dive with this energy and not wanting to be there. And so I had a conversation with Spirit about it, and the end result is this, and I'm not being, if y'all knew me, I am not a drama queen by any stretch. I'm not melodramatic. I don't even like drama. I don't watch, true crimes or reality TV shows, none of that. I don't like it at all. So it's just not my thing. I'm not trying to be overly dramatic. I'm not trying to, just get views here on YouTube. I could care less about that. But I got very strongly that someone's life is in danger here. And if I can bring this message through today, and Spirit then is in charge of getting it to the right person that needs to hear it. But my job is simply just to be the vessel for that. So that's why I'm giving you this message today, and I want to warn you, I'm not going to get as explicit as what I'm seeing and feeling, because it's just too dark and evil, I'll be honest with you, and I don't use that word hardly ever. But in this case, I am saying this energy was evil, and I guess I have to use present tense because energy never really goes away. So just that's a trigger warning for you. This is a very dark, heavy energy, and if that's disturbing for you, please don't watch this video. Click off right now. Again, I don't like this at all. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. This goes against my reading boundaries. Excuse me. However, that being said, like I said, Spirit has let me know someone's life is in danger, and hopefully by my giving this message, this will reach that person and make a difference, for them. So, okay, excuse me 1 second, I've got a cough. Sorry. And I just realized I was so upset by this energy, I did not even mute my phone, so pray to goodness it doesn't go off in the middle of this. Okay, what I've got coming through here, and by the way, I've got a headache, I'm nauseous as can be, just this energy is, awful. But anyway, this is a story about someone who's a grown-up now but was a child. You may be, young adult, whatever, but I think you're an adult by now. And they're showing me a story. The person that's coming through, let me back up. I apologize, y'all. I'm just not being very succinct. The person who's coming through is a woman, but the bigger picture is broader than that. And I'm trying to say this and not say it at the same time. There was a very evil, and again, I don't use that word lightly, dark, malevolent energy that found a weak soul in a particular man and began to influence this man. Now, this man that they're showing me became evil and was, living in the 3D world doing evil things. And then he met this woman. Well, the woman was not that dark, but he began to influence her. And that negativity changed her vibration, and so the malevolent energy that was influencing the physical man then was able to also influence the woman. So you've got three different personalities we're talking about here. One is a malevolent energy spirit that, when in spirit form, influenced a 3D man, who then in turn influenced a 3D woman. And then the spirit on the other side had control of both of these people. I know this is sounding like a Jerry Springer again, but it's just, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't make this stuff up. I could not make this stuff up if I tried. Well, they did bad things, y'all. I just can't even, I can't in my good conscience tell you the things that I'm seeing here. I just can't. It's just not who I am. But they did evil things involving rituals and this and that. And Spirit is showing me Tyler Henry, who is a very famous Hollywood medium. And I'm not dropping his name because I'm trying to, whatever. That's not it. The way Spirit works is Spirit uses things that you can easily reference, or that you're aware of, or they're in your consciousness. I'm talking about the reader, in your consciousness, or things that you have experienced. They use those to get you to associate and understand the message they're trying to bring through. So I am not saying this is Tyler Henry's story. I'm not saying that. I mean, I guess it could be, but that's not what I'm saying at all. And please don't come after me in the comments. I'm not. But they're using his story about his mother's mother and that situation, and y'all can Google that or YouTube it or whatever so you can hear more about it, to bring me this story that is coming through today. So what I'm seeing is a woman who, again, this woman's soul is actually split. And so there's an evil part of her. In fact, the majority of her is still when she left this physical world, left with a lot of that evil energy. But there's still a goodness in anybody who's ever lived. There is still good in each and every one of us. And her soul was split, I think, because of this other influence. Anyway, I'm going too far down the rabbit hole. There is good in this woman, and her soul is, because she's split now, the good part of her is reaching out and influencing this reading and trying to get a message to the person who this is meant for. Now, let me just take a breath here. Let me get a little drink of water too while I'm at it. If y'all really knew me, you would know how absolutely uncomfortable I am about doing this reading and putting it on YouTube. I just can't even begin, but oh well, here I am. So the message that this is meant for. the person this is meant for. They're showing me this just really deep, dark depression. And I feel that you've been this way for a while and that you are very close to taking action on that. And again, that's why Spirit has me here today. And I'm not trying to be any hero, you guys. I'm not. It's not my, I'm doing what I'm guided to do here. I'm a reader, and when Spirit brings stuff, that wouldn't be right for me to deny that on the chance that this actually is somebody that this is going to reach, and I hope that it does. But the story is, you knew about this woman, and I'm not clear. I don't think this woman was your birth mother or grandmother or whatever. I don't feel you were blood relatives to this woman. In fact, the backstory I'm getting is I just can't even, again, I just don't, I know it's relative, but I can't say it, y'all. Just say enough to say that, again, they were doing rituals and it involved humans, and that's all I'll say about that. But you know the story of this, or this backstory about this person who's coming through. And you feel somehow this woman was in your life. I don't know if she, because this backstory was there was a child involved, and now we'll fast forward to you. Somehow this woman either, I don't know if you lived with her, if she was a grandparent, if you just, maybe your relative lived with her. I don't know what the association is. That is not coming through clearly, but somehow you know of or know this woman, and it has influenced you and your life. Maybe it was your parent who was directly involved with this woman, but somehow they're showing me that as a child, this has influenced you much of your life. And you have experienced trauma in different ways because of this backstory, but maybe this was a relative of some sort. That it's not the first time that you have considered suicide. Furthermore, I think that you may have special ability to be able to connect with the other side, to connect with the spirit realm. I think this scares you. I think that you've not known what to do with it at times. I think then there are times where you have breakthroughs, where you feel like, well, maybe I'm supposed to do this. And I think there's just this real mental conflict and confusion about what to do with that. But Spirit is saying you have been brought to this point in your life for a reason. You experienced this whole backstory. This was relative to you in your life for a reason. You have a grander purpose, and I don't say that lightly. That's something you will rarely ever hear me say here. We all have a purpose. Even if it's just being a good and kind person. But there is something here, some reason that your soul chose this particular path to walk, that you have, it's setting you up for a grander purpose or career path or something. And I'm just, again, this sounds like a darn, I don't know, TV show that I'm saying all this, but as I'm doing this, I'm looking out the window, and there's like 5 or 6 crows just sitting out here. Just, you know, that's not accidental. Anyway, there is something here that you're meant to do, and you're questioning it, you're fighting it even. I mean, I just feel like there's this long-standing internal conflict about it. You may have been having experiences with the spirit world since you were a child. I mean, it's literally what I get from this. You know, like if I look at this card, I know this is a judgment card, but you know, I don't read cards like a love reading here, so just bear with me. Now, this is going to be a long reading. You know, this is, to me, when I look at this card, this is the inner spirit of this woman, but that's not what I see. I see a child here, like a young child. Today, when I'm looking at this card, that's what I'm seeing. So I think from early on in your life you knew, you could feel this connection. Maybe you talked to Spirit, or they talked to you, and you just had no one to explain it to you or help you understand or help you be okay with it. Maybe what I feel is maybe you thought you were going to be crazy, or you were crazy like this woman was, and you were so afraid that you would turn out like she did, and that evil would come through, or that you would connect with evil energies and be influenced by them. I think you had a sixth sense about that there is evil in the world. And y'all, I do not use that word lightly. I hardly ever use that word. But, sadly, there is malevolent energy in the world, and we cannot live in denial of that. So what Spirit is now saying, but through that struggle, through that, all of that you have in your past that's bringing you to the present day, it's trying to get through to you. Spirit is trying to connect to your intuition to tell you this is a gift. It's not a curse. It is a gift. You have something special to bring into the world. This is a beautiful gift. And maybe you need to seek out someone to help you cultivate this gift and help you know how to protect yourself and know how to use this gift. And if you pray about that, I'm sure Spirit will bring that perfect person to you. But I see, your instinct is you just want to run away. You just want to escape this whole, I think you're just so incredibly sensitive, which is what an empath or a medium is. They're very, very sensitive. That's why we're able to feel and bring you these messages, because we feel every little thing. Now, most of us have learned how to turn it on and off, but until you gain that skill, it's a scary thing to walk around feeling what everybody else feels and feeling things even on the otherworldly existence that you're not asking for. You're not trying to tune into things. You're just feeling things. And I think that has been your experience for a long time. And so you just want it to stop. You just want, I'm looking at these two, especially these two are pretty indicative of what I think you're feeling. This guy is like, he just told him, just make it stop, just make it stop, just make it stop. That's it. That's just what is screaming at me when I look at that card. That's the message, that make it stop. I feel so, look at it, I can't tell you how many times I looked at this card if I really observed this little guy here in the background, and I hope you can see that. This is little guy, and there's this red stuff, which when I do certain readings, that comes through as blood. And I know that's gory and depressing, but I don't know what the artist meant that to be, but sometimes that energy comes through. It's like, you're doing battle with, but the point of this, you're doing battle with yourself. And I think these, the crows or birds in readings often represent communication, and I think you just have so many voices in your head. And I don't mean that you're mentally ill. That's not what I'm saying. I think you're hearing spirits, and spirits trying to talk to you, and you don't know what is your voice and what is theirs, and you're just feeling like you just want to jump off a cliff like this little guy is right now. And my heart is just heavy for you, so heavy for you. I feel like, again, you just want to leave it all behind. And it's not that you have a bad life at all. Quite the opposite. I think you're independent. I think you have enough money to be comfortable. But I feel like the urge right now is just to leave it all behind. I don't want this communication. I don't want this. I just want to go. This is the first time I'm ever even seeing this card in this light. This card often is portrayed as the card of communication. It's the Eight of Wands. And the wands are quite decorative and beautiful, and typically, like I said, it means communication. And all I'm seeing when I look at this card today is the light at the center of these wands. Just light, just light, just light. This like spirit. I just want to get out of this physical realm. I want to go back to where I came from. I want to go to spirit. I just want that. I don't want all this other stuff. I just want to be alone. I don't want to hear the voices in my head anymore. I just want solitude. I want it to stop. Spirit, though, is saying, but this is your path to learn. Your path in this lifetime is very much, among other things, about learning how to control, not the right word, Spirit's saying, no, how to manage this gift, how to channel this gift of yours, how to use it for good, how to use it to help people, all of that. That's what this Page of Pentacles message is for me. This is about the student. You are learning how to do this, how to hold this, how to keep your... Look at this guy. I've never even seen this noticed, or it was never brought to me as a message when I see this card. He's standing on one foot. He's balancing on one foot, or she rather, is balancing on one foot with her eyes closed, holding this big, huge, heavy pentacles. It's about you finding balance internally with this gift that you have. And I think, to be truthful, I think this is the human potential. Some of us have just lived more lifetimes than others, and we're a little further down the road, if you will. We're not better in any way than anyone else who can't feel these things. It just means we've lived more lifetimes. We most of us have struggled more to get where we are, and okay, so here we are. But Spirit is being very adamant. This is your learning, is to learn how to balance and find balance with this gift that you have. Oh, yeah, and look at the contrast. And then, I guess you can't, I'm saying look at it as if you're looking through my eyes. Because that is the path to your independence and your foundation. The Queen of Pentacles has a solid foundation. She knows who she is. She's confident. She's got that same pentacle that this girl has here. But now she's just casually holding it. She's sitting comfortably. She's, again, confident with who she is. Spirit is saying that's just keep that same message. This keeps coming back. That your gift here is going to bring love into this world. Oh, that's a big one. And as I said those words, the energy just shifted hugely. I wish y'all could feel what I'm feeling right now. A 180-degree shift in energy just came through for me. And all that malevolent energy just shifted when I focused on this card. That's the purpose here. That's the reason this whole message needs to take place today, is so that you know what you're here to do. You're here to, oh wow, they're giving me this unusual word, capture. You're here to capture love. That's very unusual choice of words, but that's what I'm being given. So maybe you're not feeling love and you have to find how to capture that in your own life. Maybe that's it. And when you do, hold it tightly. Usually this is the card of the miser, but that is not the energy I'm feeling here. I'm feeling like you have to know what to treasure. You have to pick, what it is that you place value on in your life, and hold on to that. Not be distracted by all the other riches and things that you might be missing out on here and there. No, you know what your treasures are. You know what the value is here, and you're holding on to that in the representation of that card. It's time for you to put the struggle down. 10 is the end. 10 of Wands is the end of the struggle. This resets to the Ace. And we have a 10, even though this is a different suit, we have the 10 of Wands, and I believe this can reset to this Ace of Wands. And when you own that, and this is, okay, thank you, Spirit. This is, in my mind, one of the queens. She is below the surface here, below the moon often represents things unseen. And to me, the message here is that's what you've been struggling with, all these things that are below the surface, that are out of the normal view of humankind. Again, these messages, these voices in your head that other people cannot see. Pardon me. And the internal struggle. Oh, I'm going to have a drink of water just a minute. I'm sorry. Sorry. There's an internal struggle. This is representing your internal struggle of the dark and the light, and what is dark and what is light, and what is being illuminated here is what is above the surface, and it's easy to stay there. But you know, this woman is, look at this light shining all the way down into the depths. Just the moonlight shining all the way down is reaching this woman under the surface here. And even that dim light is going to illuminate. And you know, she can only hold her breath here so long. And I feel that's what's happened. You're at the end. You're at the very end of that deep, long breath, and you're going to have to open and breathe. So get yourself back up here to the light, so that you can put that burden down. And when you do, you're going to be in control. Once again, you're going to be in control. This Emperor can often mean ego and pride, and that is not what I'm getting off of this card at all. I'm getting very simply, and I'm drawn to this, I don't know what the artist intended that. I feel this path here, you can see little, you can see that it's like little stars twinkling here along this, something that looks ethereal to me. I feel like that's spirit. That's just spirit touching. This is spirit coming down, touching this man, flowing out, coming in and flowing through him. And that to me is the message of this, that spirit wants to come in and flow through you. And when that happens, then when you let go, it's not going to be scary like you're opening the floodgates and the dam's going to burst. It's not going to be like that at all. That it's going to be one chess piece at a time. That's what I'm seeing here. And I don't know what the artist intended that to be, but the message I'm getting is, it's like playing a game of chess. You're going to move one piece at a time. It's not going to all come at you at once. And Spirit is helping you with this. Seven of Wands. What am I getting off of this card? Be strong. Stand your ground. Know who you are. Know who you are. That is screaming at me off of this card. And when you do, victory. Victory. Four of Wands, victory and confidence is going to come to you. Yeah, you might feel like the wounded warrior sometimes, but I could just keep going through that deck. It's just giving me this, basically the same messages. It's time for you to stop feeling that way and embrace this as something happy. This can be victorious for you if you will stop struggling and embrace it and get help. Reach out. I do feel that message strongly. Find a mentor who can help you with this ability, someone that you respect and trust, someone that you know to be genuine. Okay, I need to say that again. Someone you know to be genuine. Okay, you know, it is what it is. To help you with this quest, and that's the word that came to me, with this quest that you're going on here. But please know, the reason this whole reading took place today is that you have a very valuable path to walk in this lifetime, and to know that, and Spirit is coming through loudly and clearly. Please value your life, because you have much, much, much to contribute to the lives of others. And you know, try to reach for some positive thoughts. Reach out for help. Call someone, you know, even if it's, you know, a helpline or a suicide line, or reach out to family or friends or a counselor. Somehow reach out and get help to help you through this very difficult time. And the angels are giving me this beautiful image of not just your angels. You know, we all have a guardian angel. Your guardian angel's wings are around you, but what you can't see is there is a team of angels surrounding you right now at this very moment. Surrounding you. They're like making a circle. Remember in the old Western movies where they would circle the wagons? Well, that's kind of what's going on here. I'm seeing a circle of angels surrounding you. and just protecting you and sending you love, sending you, oh my God, it's just so beautiful and emotional, sending you so very much love right now to help you through and lift you up. And that's the message I'm uplifting. I just keep hearing, we're lifting you, we're up, you know, don't worry, we've got you. It's like they're reaching out in their hands. I'm gonna cry, y'all, I swear. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just such a contrast to where the energy that started this message, and I'm grateful, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, let me take a breath. Oh, Lordy, 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 Lordy. That's a lot. Thank you, Spirit. That was a gift for me too. But they're just bringing so much love to you and lifting you up and encouraging you to take the next step in a good, positive, and healthy direction for you so that you can get a handle on this. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was a big old giant mouthful in a long video, and I hope you guys stay with me to the end, whoever this message is for. And for the rest of you, please hit that like button so that this message YouTube, when you hit the like button, YouTube pushes this to a greater audience and it can more likely reach the person it's meant for. So you're doing a part in helping the spirit world get this message to the correct person. So thank you all for that. And thank you for enduring this very difficult message with me today. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you. Bless you all. And I wish you many, many blessings. Hopefully my next reading won't be so heavy, but it is what it is, and that's what I'm here to do. So doing my job, y'all, doing my job. All right. Thank you for listening. Again, many blessings to you all. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.